Any day now, Wolfane.
There we go.
It would have made for some great downloadable content to, like, have an Wolfane mode or something.
Yeah, that could have been fun. Although I'm hesitant
Chaos
to trust. I'm hesitant to trust anything giving me an extra mode in DLC, like Dante's Inferno, Trials of Lucia, or whatever, where it was just play as Dante, only now he has boobs.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I was not about to download that, but it'd probably be just a palette swap where they would, you know, replace Chaos Form with Wolfane. So
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's just Scottish mode at that point instead of Chaos mode.
No, I just when I see all the cool like character designs in this game, I wish they had gone the extra yard and actually like made some of these downloadable content. Like
I would like them to do more with the character design too. Like, don't get me wrong, I enjoy some of these characters. I really like the way they look. I love pretty much every secondary character in this game. Samael, Vulgrim, Uriel, despite the fact that she's a little bitch, she's still pretty cool.
with an anime sword.
Yeah, with a totally anime sword. Although, again, War's sword is really anime too. I mean, despite the fact that it has nice medieval souls painted all over it, screaming in pain, it is still Cloud sword, and it's doing that split fork thing too.
Which I actually kind of like.
Yeah, I don't mind it. But yeah, like I was saying though, the characters are great. I would only really want to play as them if it significantly changed the game. Like, I wouldn't want it just a skin.
Right.
Like, watching Ulthane fight just seems like fun. Watching how he would fight, and if they could make that into an interesting system, I would dig it. But like, if it would ever just end up being a normal standard game mode, I don't know. Replacing War with a bigger dude doesn't do much for me.
Yeah.
Look at his feet. They're just huge.
Especially if they replaced, especially if it was like a palette swap and they just made Ulthane smaller and you're playing against mini Ulthane.
He kind of reminds me of Domo, like in his size. I don't know. He's weird proportions. And we win! And for our efforts we get Combat Lore, which increases weapon experience. It's actually a really good upgrade, and I do use it because it actually has a passive which boosts your armor as well.
So you take a little less damage.
Yes, yes.
Because they never really explain that. Just like it boosts War's armor level. I'm like, does that mean he's more robust? What does
He's
that
at
mean?
armor level 2, which means nothing.
Right.
So I think technically Stone Skin increases your armor too, so it's the same effect. This right here, you'll see that glowing thing in the sky. There's also a chest back there. We cannot do anything over here, so yay! I'm glad I showed that off. However, we can actually freely explore this area, as Akari was mentioning before. But the downside to doing so is the fact that there's nothing here. While we could grab that redemption and shoot up the wall if we felt like it, it's not really prudent to do so.
Yeah, I don't. Unless, I mean, it would show whether or not we could destroy that blue wall with the redemption, but I honestly don't know.
And I'm not desperate to find out. We'll be destroying blue walls pretty soon here. But what we do get is the one item that really can be obtained out of here right now that I can remember, which is a Wrath Shard. And from here we can just head on back out and admire the pretty water effects for the 3 seconds we see them.
Yes.
There they are. Water. I really like the water in this game. It doesn't actually do much. It looks like a really fancy texture, but it's nice. I like it.
Yeah. Some games, good or bad, can have some really great water effects. I remember when I was playing Viking, or was it? Yeah.
I think it was Viking. I remember
Yeah,
you talking about how
Battle for
bad that game
Asgard.
was.
Yeah, had some really great water effects. That was the only effect that was good. By all means, avoid that game. I don't know how I managed to play all the way through it. I think just because it was ridiculously easy, and I'm like,
You'll go nowhere, horseman. You cannot escape your fate. Abaddon will be avenged. Defend yourself, traitor.
So I'm going to stop you from talking more about that terrible game. Here, Watcher says something really creepy and gives a whole new meaning to the word the Watcher.
yeah, he's less the Watcher and more the voyeur at this point.
But we can use Chaos form to unleash here on Uriel, who really can't take it, and she's pretty much dead at this point. We only really need to hit her a few more times, but we'll actually demonstrate some of her moves while we can. So she has this whirlwind attack like so. You just stay out of the roadway. She has a really fast energy attack, which you have to watch her hand when she sends to dodge properly. And she's dead.
I like that finish, though.
Could be you really are who you say. Them pigeons seem mighty convinced, but I ain't. So once again, you know me, but I still don't know you.
The Griever's lair.
The Griever's beyond here. Had to seal these passages up tight to keep our pets out of my yard. Little bastards kept dropping by uninvited, taking things what don't belong to them.
I am who I claim to be.
You kill that Griever. Even make it back out of that hole, that'll be proof enough. Then, I promise, we'll have words. Now get off of my property, before more pigeons come looking at crap in my yard.
Gotta love him. Alright, so we're actually done with that section, and we are now back onto the boss fight, or we're on our way there. So we'll be heading out to the... I don't know the name of this area. I always called it the Griever's Lair. Let's just call it the Griever's Lair, because I don't think it has a real good name.
We're on our way to the Hollow.
Well, the Hollow is just the entrance to it. It's the name of the first room. But
Okay.
I honestly have no idea what the name of the actual location is called. But whatever, who cares?
The Haunted Subway.
Good effort,
Well,
but...
you do better.
No, I can't come up with a better name, but... Well, actually, yeah, I could. That was the problem. Anyway. So... I actually like this little lead up. I like the exposed routes. It actually does look like you're starting to head into a tunnel, which is really good. It's a nice break from upstairs, which was all highways and jumping and I don't know.
Greenery. And such.
Greenery. Well, there's still greenery. They did sort of link it that way. Anyway, we're pretty much done here. We will be heading through a couple more rooms and then ending it up in the first entryway, kind of like we did in the last transitory video. Thank God that it only really does that twice, although the next time it's just a fucking huge fight through the Ashlands that just doesn't end. But yeah, here we are. First room, the Hollows. Alright everybody, we're done for now. We'll catch you on next week where we will begin going back to the normal schedule and we will have a fucking hour and 20 minutes of video.
In the Haunted Subway.
In the Haunted Subway. God, that's a terrible name.
Whatever.
I'm just mad.